What's up, world? Uko here from Better Therapy Now, where you sharpen your discipline. How 60 minutes of meditation a day transforms your mind. The mental benefits you need to know. Today, we're diving deep into the powerful mental health benefits of meditation, how it can really rewire your brain and overall improve your well being. I've had a pretty consistent meditation practice for 3 or 4 years now, but it's always been very short. The first book that I read about meditation was 10% Happier by Dan Harris. And that talked about just making meditation simple for yourself when you're starting out. 5 minutes of meditation a day, 10 minutes of meditation a day is better than not doing any meditation. And overall, you'll be 5 to 10% happier. That message really stuck with me, and I never put a lot of pressure on myself in terms of my meditation practice. I would do 5 minutes of meditation a day, 10 minutes of meditation. If I ever tried to go more than that, it would really break the cycle of that habit. It made it a little bit too disruptive in my life. But I've just had a lot of traffic in my mind lately, and I wanted to level up my meditation to try to clear some of that traffic, try to clear some of the thoughts that are always going crazy in my mind, and try to reestablish some emotional balance for myself. So I started doing 60 minutes of meditation a day, and it was really game changing. I would say the experience overall was enlightening. I discovered some things about myself that I don't think I would have understood or realized if I didn't do that. The whole process of meditating for 60 minutes was really interesting just because of how it broke down for me. The first 10 to 15 minutes was complete just disruption. Like I couldn't even sit still in the chair. I was fidgeting a lot, but I would keep my eyes closed. I would try to not think of anything. And this is really key in terms of how I did it and how it worked for me. No music, no guided meditation, no noise at all, just a quiet room, sitting in a chair or sitting on the ground, closing my eyes and just trying to not think of anything. I was really interested to see where my mind went, and I would try to not think of anything, even though that's impossible, because I wanted to see what would come up for myself. And once I hit minute 20, my mind would kind of calm down, it would organize itself, and it would start thinking about a couple of things. Maybe I'll start thinking about the relationship with my mom, or I would start thinking about stress at work or a specific situation at work. It seemed like my brain was deciding on what was most important or most valuable to focus on. And then I would catch something and I wouldn't even notice it, but time seemed to just stop for me. And I would focus on one thing without even noticing how much I was laser focused on one thing in my head. And I would just kind of pick it apart over and over again and analyze different situations. And I could really step back and look at whatever was bothering me or whatever was causing me stress and see it from almost an objective viewpoint and almost kind of reality test that thought pattern. And it helped me a lot because I would look at it in a completely different way, in a way that was much less stressful. And that's the first takeaway. If you're meditating at all, especially for 60 minutes, your body will release less cortisol, the stress hormone. The next thing that meditation helps when you're doing it for longer periods of time is it makes you sharper and allows you to be focused longer. Just trying to meditate, especially those first 15 minutes, you are going to want to run away from your chair or run away from your seated position. And having the discipline to just sit there and not do anything is an exercise in focus. You can sustain attention and you can exercise cognitive control. In a Harvard University study, they found that extended meditation times can increase the thickness in the prefrontal cortex. That's the part of the brain that's involved in decision making. And the biggest takeaway is self-reflection. You can spend time identifying and really breaking apart or breaking down the inner critic. And this helps you attack and kind of rework self-sabotaging behavior. This was the experience that I had. The first 15 minutes was complete chaos, but in the next 20 to 40 minutes, I started to pick apart different aspects of my life in that last 20 minutes, which is kind of hard to enter into, but if you do, time will kind of stop for you and you'll be able to really pick apart self-sabotaging behaviors, maybe why certain things make you depressed or why certain things make you really upset, and you break them down really well when you get to that 40 to 60 minute time block. It honestly took me a while to get to that point. I had to meditate 3 or 4 times just to make it to 60 minutes. The first time I could only do 30 minutes, and now I got too anxious to sit there anymore. The next time it was 40, and then I did 45. Then I was finally doing 60-minute meditations. So if you're struggling with stress, focus, or just something difficult in your life that you keep thinking about, I think you should level up your meditations to 60 minutes and see how that changes the game for you. Try meditating for 60 minutes every day for 1 week and let me know where your mind goes in the comments below. I'm Uko from Better Therapy Now. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.